everything I'm going to talk about has to do with what Mr. Mufar is doing and the wealth that's going to be produced. How I come at it, probably not what you expected, but that's okay. I think you'll get a lot out of it, especially those individuals that are listening aren't quite sure, or either they're not quite sure or they're new. When I do these webinars, and they're all terrific, and you guys give tremendous information when you do this. But when I get off, I get two questions and I get a barrage. I mean, they come in like wildfire. And the two questions are when and how. Okay. And I think they're very, very good questions. And really they go right to the heart of the wealth that that Ash and his business is going to be bringing in. And I want to start with the when. And I know everybody here gets that question. When, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? And really, if you just look at what Mr. Mufar has done, you can get a pretty good gauge of when. And that's all we want. I can't give you an exact date. I don't think Mr. Mufar can give you an exact date, but you can get a really, really good gauge of when. And where I start with the last year. Were there some nefarious things going on within the company that Ash had to deal with? Oh yeah, there were some nefarious things. Did he lose some money? Oh yeah, he lost some money. How much money? I don't know that. And I have an idea, but I'm not going to guess. I'm not going to go there. He took a hit. He took a big hit. Do you think that matters to him? Oh yeah, it matters to him. Do you think he needs to start cash flowing? Oh yeah, he needs to start cash flowing. And then we come into phase two and what Mr. Mufar has done. He's put together a company that as he launches phase two, it will be a multi-billion-dollar company. I think everybody here agrees with that. And if you don't, we can go over why it's a multi-billion-dollar company. But if you've been listening, you know what he's doing is just extraordinary. Do you think that cost him a little bit of money? Yeah, I do. I think he's spending money every single day, every single week, every single month. He's spending money on the talent that he's brought in, which is so competent and so good that when he goes to them with a problem, they come back with a solution and 5 other things they can do. They're really, really good. Do you think that's costing them money? Absolutely. Do you think it's costing them money to house all of this, to have a place where they can go, they can talk, they can communicate, they can brainstorm, they can do the R&D, they can develop the products? Yeah, absolutely. He's spending money on that. Do you think he's spending money on them improving the products we had in phase one? He is, absolutely. He's spending money on that. And when you look at all the aspects that Mr. Mufar has to come in and spend money with, and understand, Mr. Mufar right now, he's at peace. He's not worried about this. Why? When is this going to happen? It's going to happen because he knows all the things that are happening, he's got a cash flow. Just makes sense. You've got a multi-billion-dollar company. You're paying for this daily, weekly, monthly. You got to start cash flowing. You got to start cash flowing pretty quick. I don't know who that was. I think they agree with me. You got a cash flow. And because of that, right now, Mr. Mufara, he is firing on all cylinders. And it is as smooth as silk. This stuff is happening now. It's not happening in weeks or months away. It's happening now. Why? It has to happen now. Mr. Mufara knows this. He absolutely knows it. And he understands that in a very, very short period of time, that's why I can't give you a day, but it's here, it's happening, it's right in front of you. So you can take all of that, understand what's happening, and then you can go to yourself, when. Just doesn't make sense it's going to happen in 2 years. Are you kidding me? Not even a month. I mean, this stuff has to happen. We're talking about a multi-billion-dollar company. And I know Mr. Mufara has done very, very well, but even his pockets aren't that deep. You got to get things rolling. You got to get things moving, and things have to go now. When's it going to launch? Pick a day. If you're wrong, that's okay. Add a day. If you're wrong the other way, oh, I was almost right. It doesn't matter. It's going to happen. So when? And then the next question I get, and again, all of this has to do with the wealth that Mr. Mufareh is developing because of the structure he's put together, because of the company he's put together, because it's a multi-billion-dollar company. And then all of that is going to be focused on you and I. That's a good thing, isn't it? How? How's it going to be focused on you and I? And I'm not going to get into super depth on this. You all have heard this. Because of the structure, because of what Mr. Mufareh has done, he's putting together the automated platform that's run by AI that has traffic that's going to be that you're going to have, that's going to go to work for you, and it's going to work in your shop as you put products up in that shop. But just very quickly, a couple numbers. Obviously, when you start to think about how, obviously you have to make sales. We know how that's going to happen. Automated, artificial intelligence, traffic, product goes into your shop. As product is sold, you make a sale in your shop. But really what I want to focus on is how does that work for you, and how do the numbers? This is really important that everybody understand. If you understand the numbers, if you understand how they work, if you understand just how quickly they can grow, the geometry or the geometry that's involved, you understand that with what's going to be happening, and this is going to happen, you're in a really good position to really know what your future is going to be based on what you think. So let's talk about the numbers. That was a little I kind of stumbled through that, guys, but let's go over the numbers. Maybe it'll get better. If you come in and to start the engine of this business, you have to come in and you have to spend $50, just $50. And again, this is just an example. You spend $50, you get the automated marketing platform with traffic, and over the course of the first month, at $50, you get one sale. Okay. And that one sale, it doesn't cover the whole $50. Maybe it's half of that. It's $25. So the next month, as you come in, because you're booking business and because you have to continue to purchase the products, and you're going to have to do that regardless, whether you're making money or you're not. But because of that, you're going to come in the second month, you're going to buy the product, you're going to spend the $50, and because of the metrics you got with the first month, you made $25. Now, that $25 can go to the second month to pay half of that expense, $50. So now your expense is $25, but because what happened in the first month, that in that month time, you're going to get one sale and you're going to make $25. So after 2 months, you've made $25 the first month, $25 the second month. That business is booked to your organization. It will continue to happen over and over again. Why? Because the products are superior at a lower price point. People are going to love the products. They're going to continue to buy. So month 2, if you're spending $20 and you're making $20 a month, $25 a month, month 2, you break even because you made $25 the first month, $25 the second month. Month 3 is where it gets really exciting, because month 3, you're actually going to start making a profit. You're going to be in the black. You're actually going to start making money. Now, in itself, that doesn't sound very glamorous. It really doesn't. Well, that's just $25. I mean, that's really not going to do much for me. But if you know the numbers, what if there was a way, instead of starting out at $50, you started out at $2,000? And again, you can work up to this. You started at $2,000, that third month, you're going to make $2,000. It's just the way the numbers work. It's the same calculus. It's just the way the numbers work. And if you focus on that and you understand how the numbers are working, all of a sudden you can dictate how much you make. And again, it's going to depend on your financial situation, where you're at. Maybe you need to build that up before you start to scale up. But because of the numbers and the way they work, you're going to be able to do that. Now, do I know what the numbers are going to look like as Mr. Mufareh presents the business to us and we see what's going to be happening? I do not. But I think they're going to be better. They're not going to be worse. I think they're going to be better. Maybe we're at the point where that first month we break even. What happens the second month? Again, we're booking business. That first sale is going to go to the second sale. We don't have to pay for that again. If it goes to the second month and we're even, then that $50, we're making $50 that month, period. Plus the 50 we're going to make because we did it again, and so on and so forth. So you can take these numbers and you can play with them. And we're going to, here's what's exciting. We're going to be able to do that as Mr. Mufareh comes out and actually brings his business out. And when that happens, you're going to be able to look in the future and go, because this happened, I can do this, this, and this. And when I do this, and this, the number that I have in the back of my mind happens in 2 months, 3 months, maybe it's 6 months, maybe it's a year. But maybe that number in the back of your head is $1 million. If it takes a year, that's okay. But even if it's 10 grand a month or 50 or 100 grand a month, that's okay. Because of what Mr. Mufareh is doing, because of the structure he's put together, because we will have a metrics, we will be able to look at the numbers and know how they work. And I've talked to Oliver about this. I've talked to Marty about it. I've talked to other. You can get into these numbers and you can get lost, literally lost in these numbers. And here's the one thing I can guarantee will happen if you do that. You're going to reach the point, and again, this is all about the wealth that Mr. Mufareh is bringing to each and every one of us. You can get lost in these numbers, and they're real, absolutely real. And there will come a time when you're gonna do the numbers and you're gonna look at it, and it's gonna frighten you, literally frighten you, because it's so much you can't even comprehend it. Now think about that, guys. This is for everybody that's here, everybody that's listening, and you're going to be able to do that as the numbers come out and Mr. Mufareh gives us our business. We're going to be able to see exactly what's happening. Now, how are you going to do it? Basically, you're going to let Mr. Mufareh go to work for you. There's Marty. Glad you're here, Marty. He's dealing with the kids. How are you going to do that? You're going to let the business that Mr. Mufareh puts in front of go to work for you. But there's more. There's more that you can do to tinker with those numbers to make them work quicker for you. And then once you start doing that, I recommend everybody's just have some fun with it. Do the numbers and get to that point where you look at it and you just shake your head. And literally you'll get to that number where, and I did, it scares you a little bit. I don't want that much. And here's the cool thing about it. I don't think I can stop it. Isn't that nice? That's really, really nice. So the wealth that Mr. Mufareh is bringing to the table, it's for all of us. It's going to happen for all of us over time. And you guys can be happy and talk about whatever you want to talk about, but it's there. It's always been there. And today it's a reality, and it's coming right at us, right at your face.